Hyun Bin's protective moment melts hearts, shields wife son Ye-jin amid the crowd. In the heart of a bustling Seoul mall, where the hum of everyday life collides with fleeting stardom, one man's quiet vigilance turned a simple family stroll into a testament to unbreakable devotion. Hyun Bin, the stoic guardian, shielding his world from the world's gaze. It was a crisp October afternoon in 2025, the kind where golden sunlight filters through glass atriums, casting warm glows on polished floors and the faces of hurried shoppers. Hyun Bin, dressed in a simple black cap pulled low and a loose gray hoodie that blended him into the crowd, walked just a step ahead of his wife, Son Ye-jin, and their 2-year-old son, Alkong. There was no entourage, no flashing lights of paparazzi, just a father scanning the horizon like a sentinel, his broad shoulders a subtle barrier against the curious eyes that inevitably found them. As a group of young fans whispered and fumbled for their phones, Hyun Bin didn't raise his voice or summon security. Instead, he shifted seamlessly, his tall frame eclipsing the lens, offering a polite nod that said enough without words. In that instant, one couldn't help but feel a swell of warmth, a reminder that true protection isn't about power, but presence. The way his eyes flicked back to Ye-jin, softening only for her, evoking that rare ache of witnessing love in its most unscripted form. Son Ye-jin, ever the picture of effortless elegance even in a casual white blouse and jeans, held Alkong's tiny hand, her laughter bubbling up as the toddler tugged her toward a display of colorful toy cars. Alkong, with his father's sharp jawline already hinting at the man he'd become, and his mother's bright, inquisitive eyes, clutched a small red race car in his free fist, babbling excitedly about the zoom-zoom sounds echoing from a nearby arcade. She knelt gracefully to his level, adjusting the brim of his tiny baseball cap with a tenderness that made the air feel thicker, sweeter, as if the mall's sterile buzz faded into a private bubble just for them. Hyun Bin paused, a shopping bag dangling from his arm, likely filled with nothing more extravagant than diapers and a new puzzle set, watching the scene with a half smile hidden behind his mask. When a cluster of admirers edged closer, their excitement palpable but respectful, he extended an arm not in barrier but in guidance, ushering his family toward a quieter escalator. It was instinctive, this dance of discretion, and in observing it, a profound sense of envy stirs, not for their fame, but for the quiet security they weave from chaos, leaving one to ponder how such ordinary acts can feel profoundly heroic, like chapters from a romance novel come alive. This wasn't the first time Hyun Bin's protective nature had stolen the spotlight, nor would it be the last, but it echoed a memory from 3 years prior, during their honeymoon in the sun-drenched sprawl of Los Angeles. Freshly married in March 2022, after a whirlwind courtship that captivated the world, the couple had jetted off to LAX, hoping for a sliver of anonymity in America's vastness. Yet, as they emerged from the terminal, luggage in tow, a swarm of fans descended, phones raised, voices overlapping in a chorus of adoration that quickly tipped into overwhelm. Ye-jin, pushing a stubborn trolley that jammed against the automatic doors, flushed with a mix of jet lag and intrusion, her usual poise momentarily cracked as flashes popped around her. Hyun Bin, ever the anchor, doubled back without hesitation, his strong hands steadying the cart and, more importantly, her. "Please, give us a moment," he murmured to the crowd, his tone firm, yet laced with that signature politeness that disarms rather than demands. As a shuttle bus rumbled perilously close, he pulled her aside, his body a human shield, all while keeping his composure amid the exhaustion of a trans-Pacific flight. That moment, captured in grainy airport footage that went viral overnight, left hearts fluttering with a mix of protectiveness and pride. It was easy to imagine the vulnerability of new love under such scrutiny, yet Hyun Bin's calm resolve painted him not as a celebrity, but as a husband whose love speaks louder in silence, stirring a deep admiration for the man who turns potential pandemonium into a safe harbor. Their story, of course, didn't begin in airports or malls. but in the controlled chaos of a film set back in 2017, when Hyun and Ye-jin first crossed paths during preparations for the thriller The Negotiation. He, already a household name with brooding intensity from roles in Secret Garden and Hyde, Jekyll, Me, arrived with his trademark quiet confidence. She, the radiant star of Something in the Rain and April Snow, brought a warmth that lit up script readings. They didn't spark immediately. Professional boundaries held firm, but the seeds were sown in shared glances over coffee breaks and late-night discussions about character arcs. By 2018, they were co-stars again, this time in the high-stakes drama of Hostage Talks. Their on-screen chemistry a subtle undercurrent that fans dissected frame by frame. It was Crash Landing on You in 2019, however, that ignited the flame. As Ri Jong-hyuk, the stoic North Korean captain, Hyun embodied chivalry in every glance toward Yoon Se-ri, played by Ye-jin, with her signature blend of vulnerability and fire. Filming in Switzerland's misty mountains and Switzerland's crisp winters, they spent months in isolated bubbles, hiking trails that mirrored their characters' forbidden romance, sharing meals in remote chalets where conversations deepened beyond lines. Off-camera, sparks flew quietly. A shared laugh over a botched take, his hands steadying her on icy paths, her encouragement during grueling shoots. By March 2020, as the world locked down under pandemic shadows, their agencies confirmed what hearts already knew. They were dating. A union born from scripted serendipity turned real. Reflecting on it now, one feels a nostalgic tug, as if their love was scripted by fate itself. A beautiful irony that what began as make-believe blossomed into something achingly authentic, reminding us how vulnerability on screen can mirror the quiet courage of opening one's heart off it. As their relationship unfolded in the public eye, each milestone felt like a carefully guarded secret unveiled just enough to inspire. In January 2021, amid global uncertainty, they went Instagram official with a black and white photo of intertwined hands, his larger, steadier, hers delicate yet unyielding. A gesture so simple yet profound that it sparked millions of sighs and well wishes. Fans, still reeling from the Crash Landing finale's emotional gut punch, saw it as the ultimate plot twist. The captain and the heiress, forever united. By February 2022, whispers of wedding bells turned to announcements. And on March 31st, under blooming cherry blossoms in Seoul, they exchanged vows in an intimate ceremony attended by close family and industry stalwarts like director Lee Yoon-jung, who had helmed their fateful drama. Hyun, in a tailored tuxedo that accentuated his 6-foot frame, reportedly teared up during vows, his voice steady as he promised a lifetime of the quiet strength she'd come to rely on. Ye-jin, radiant in a custom gown that echoed her elegant persona, later shared in interviews how his unwavering support during her toughest roles had made her believe in partnership as equals. That wedding, shrouded in privacy yet leaking just enough joy to the world, evoked a collective, breath-holding awe. It was as if we'd all been invited to a fairy tale's happily ever after, leaving one with a lingering sense of hope that love, when nurtured, defies even the brightest spotlights. 9 months later, on November 27, 2022, their family expanded with the arrival of Alkong, a healthy baby boy whose name, meaning little dragon in a nod to Korean folklore, hinted at the fierce spirit he carries from both parents. Born in a private Seoul hospital, Alkong's debut was announced with characteristic restraint, a joint statement from their agencies expressing gratitude and a plea for space as new parents. Photos never surfaced officially, but glimpses in later outings revealed a cherubic face with Ye-jin's dimpled smile and Hyun thoughtful gaze, already peering at the world with wide-eyed wonder. Fatherhood suited Hyun like a well-worn script. He took paternity leave without fanfare, trading red carpets for midnight feedings and playground pushes. Ye-jin, resuming work with the 2023 thriller Hunt, often spoke of their division of labor as seamless, Him handling baths with playful splashes, her reading bedtime stories in voices that mimicked cartoon characters. In these domestic rhythms, one senses a profound fulfillment, the kind that transforms icons into relatable souls, evoking a gentle envy for the normalcy they cherish amid fame's frenzy, a reminder that the greatest roles are played at home. Yet it's these rare public glimpses, like the 2025 mall outing, that humanize them further, weaving their private joys into the fabric of public affection. Just weeks before, on October 4th, they'd been spotted in a Singapore mall, celebrating Hyun Bin's birthday with a low-key stroll. Ye-jin linking arms with him, Alkong perched on his shoulders, the trio pausing for gelato under neon lights. No crowds that day, but the photos that trickled out showed Hyun Bin's hand never straying far from her waist, a habitual anchor. Earlier in September, at the VIP premiere of Ye-jin's film No Other Choice, he surprised her with a bouquet of white lilies, her favorite, and a whispered joke that had her laughing mid-red carpet pose. These moments accumulate like love letters, each one a brushstroke in a portrait of enduring partnership. Hyun Bin's protectiveness, seen again in August during his Manila press tour for Harbin, where he blushed, recounting Ye-jin's support as his biggest souvenir from crash landing, reveals a man whose strength lies in vulnerability. Fans melted at the anecdote, feeling that fluttery kinship of shared secrets, as if his blush was a window into the boyish charm beneath the action hero facade. Delving deeper into their individual journeys only amplifies the magic of their union. Hyun Bin, born Kim Tae-pyong on September 25, 1982 in Seoul, rose from a high school theater enthusiast to K-drama royalty with My Lovely Samsoon in 2005, his boy-next-door appeal evolving into the magnetic intensity of The World of the Married. Mandatory military service from 2009 to 2011 honed his discipline, emerging him as a global force in films like Confidential Assignment and The Point Men. Off-screen, he's a collector of vintage watches and a devotee of jazz records, traits that ground his larger-than-life presence. Ye-jin, born Son Yeon-jin on January 11, 1982 in Daegu, debuted at 19 with Delicious Proposal, her doe-eyed innocence quickly maturing into the nuanced portrayals of Alone in Love and Be With You. A graduate of Seoul Institute of the Arts, she's as meticulous in craft as in life, advocating for women's roles with quiet advocacy. Together, their careers intersected serendipitously. Co-starring in The Negotiation tested their professional synergy, but Crash Landing fused it with personal alchemy. Behind-the-scenes tales abound, him brewing her coffee during dawn calls, her coaching him through dialect lines with patient encouragement. These anecdotes paint a partnership of mutual elevation, stirring a reflective tenderness in the listener, as if their synergy proves that the best collaborations blur the lines between work and wonder. As 2025 unfolded, their lives continued this delicate balance. Hyun Bin rapping Harbin, a World War II espionage thriller where his captain's resolve echoed Ri Jung-hyuk's, while Ye-jin championed No Other Choice, a drama exploring maternal dilemmas that hit closer to home. Amid promotions, they carved out family rituals, weekend hikes in Bukhansan National Park, where Alkong's first steps were taken amid rustling leaves, or quiet evenings at their Gangnam home, cooking bibimbap while debating plot twists from the latest Netflix binge. Hyun Bin's habit of folding Ye-jin's coat collars before outings, a viral clip from September that amassed millions of views, became emblematic of his thoughtfulness, small gestures that whisper volumes. In one clip, as they navigated a film festival crowd, he adjusted her scarf against the autumn chill, his fingers lingering just a beat too long, her eyes meeting his in silent gratitude. Such intimacy, captured fleetingly, evokes a poignant longing. It's the stuff of sighs, illustrating how love's true depth hides in the habitual, the unspoken, turning ordinary husbands into everyday legends. Reflecting on the mall moment anew, it's Alkong who steals the scene in retrospect. The way he broke into giggles when Ye-jin swung him gently between their hands, oblivious to the whispers rippling outward. Hyunbin's protection extended to him too, scooping the boy up when a display of balloons threatened to startle. His deep voice murmuring reassurances in that velvety tone fans adore from his voiceovers. Ye-jin watched with a mother's pride, her hand brushing Hyunbin's arm in thanks, a touch that spoke of years built on trust. As they vanished into the parking garage, a mall employee later recounted how Hyunbin bowed deeply, slipping a quiet "감사합니다" for the discretion, his humility as disarming as his fame. Netizens, poring over blurred fan cams, flooded forums with effusions. "He's not acting, this is real chivalry," one wrote, capturing the collective pulse. It leaves an indelible imprint, this blend of fame and family, a stirring affirmation that even stars crave the simple sanctuary of a held hand, inspiring us to seek our own shields in the crowds of daily life. Their bond, forged in the fires of shared spotlights, continues to evolve with the grace of a well-rehearsed scene. In a rare joint interview earlier that year, Hyunbin admitted that fatherhood had softened his edges, teaching him patience in ways no script could. Ye-jin, laughing, added how his protectiveness, once a role, now feels like breath, instinctive, essential. They spoke of Alkong's milestones, his first word, "appa," naturally, his fascination with trains mirroring Hyunbin's model collection, his budding artistic streak from Ye-jin's sketchbooks. These revelations humanize them, bridging the chasm between idol and ideal, evoking a warm camaraderie as if we're confidants in their inner circle. Yet, beneath the joy lies a quiet advocacy. They've suddenly pushed for better privacy laws in Korea, their experiences with crowds fueling calls for respectful fandom. It's this maturity that elevates them, turning personal trials into public good, and in turn, deepens the admiration. A subtle nod to resilience that feels both aspirational and attainable. As autumn leaves turned in Seoul's parks, the couple marked their third anniversary with a private getaway to Jeju Island, trading urban bustle for volcanic trails and seaside whispers. Photos, leaked sparingly, showed them barefoot on black sand beaches, Alkong building sandcastles while they lounged nearby, Hyunbin's arm around her shoulders like a perpetual embrace. No grand gestures, just the steady rhythm of togetherness that has defined them since those Swiss shoots. Fans, ever vigilant, pieced together the puzzle from airline sightings and hotel check-ins, their excitement tempered by a growing respect for boundaries. This evolution mirrors their growth, from the electric tension of crash-landing press tours, where they dodge dating rumors with coy smiles, to now, where family trumps facade. It stirs a reflective joy, this progression, watching love mature from infatuation to inheritance, passed to a giggling toddler, reaffirms that the heart's best stories are the ones we live, not just watch. In quieter moments, one imagines them unwinding, Hyunbin strumming his guitar to old jazz standards, Ye-jin curled beside him with a book of poetry, Alkong dozing in a nest of blankets, or perhaps debating dinner over kimchi jjigae, his teasing her perfectionism in the kitchen, her countering with tales from set. These vignettes, pieced from interviews and inferences, paint a life richly textured, far beyond the glamour. Hyunbin's foray into producing, with a 2026 project blending action and family drama, hints at influences from his home life, while Ye-jin's directorial aspirations whisper of ambitions shared over late-night talks. Their synergy extends to philanthropy, too. Quiet donations to children's hospitals, inspired by Alkong's arrival, and support for arts education, echoing their own paths from aspiring actors to icons. Such layers add depth, evoking a profound respect. They're not just a power couple, but partners in purpose. Their protectiveness a metaphor for nurturing dreams as fiercely as family. Returning to that October mall, The echo lingers like a favorite refrain. As Hyunbin guided them out, Ye-jin's free hand found his, fingers interlacing in a grip that's weathered flights, flashes, and first cries. Alkong, sensing the shift, waved his toy car triumphantly, as if conquering the day. In the rear view of fan accounts, it's hailed as peak Ye-jin, the portmanteau that birthed a fandom. Pure, unadulterated love in motion. It compels a pause, this scene. In a world of performative perfection, their authenticity shines, leaving one with a heart full to bursting, grateful for the glimpse into grace under gaze. Hyunbin's protection isn't possession but partnership, a vow renewed in every crowded step, proving that the greatest defenses are built from love's quiet fortitude. Their influence ripples outward, inspiring couples worldwide to emulate that blend of tenderness and tenacity. Online forums brim with stories: a husband folding his wife's scarf before a commute, a father scanning playgrounds with renewed vigilance, crash landing reruns spike post-outing, fans re-watching for the foreshadowing. The way Ri shielded Seti from borders now mirrors Hyunbin's mall maneuvers. Ye-jin's poise under pressure, honed from roles like the resilient mother in No Other Choice, resonates as maternal armor, while his chivalric calm grounds it all. Together, they embody aspirational equilibrium, evoking that bittersweet pull of what-ifs turned what-is, a love story that doesn't end but expands, chapter by chapter. As winter approaches in 2025, whispers of upcoming projects swirl. Hyunbin in a spy thriller that promises his signature intensity, Ye-jin in a romantic comedy reclaiming her lighter side. Yet, amid schedules, family remains the North Star. Holiday lights strung in their home, Alkong's laughter chasing away the chill. In this, their latest chapter feels like a gentle exhale, an affirmation that protection evolves, from shielding from crowds to nurturing curiosities, from honeymoon hurdles to toddler tumbles. It's a narrative that captivates not with drama but depth, leaving admirers with a lingering glow, convinced that in Hyunbin and Son Ye-jin's world, love isn't just survived, it's savored, one protective step at a time. And in savoring it vicariously, we find our own capacity for such devotion. A curious spark ignited by a man who, in a mall's midst, simply held his universe close.